to the world. Subscribe now to the Hot 97 YouTube channel. It's Ebro in the Morning with Laura Stiles and Rosenberg.
You know, when Nicki Minaj revealed that she was dating somebody a few years ago, of course, everyone wanted to know who he was. And especially because he wasn't famous. So they dug up his past and found out that he had been convicted of first-degree attempted rape in 1994. And all of this keeps coming up because he also failed to register as a sex offender in California when they moved to California. So recently, Complex put out the story where the alleged victim, who's going by the name of Jennifer, just using one name, she basically is coming out and trying to say that Nicki and her husband and associates had been trying to offer her a lot of money, thousands of dollars, to recant her story. At one point, she says that Nicki allegedly got on the phone with her and she basically told Nicki that the attack really did happen woman to woman, and she says allegedly Nicki hung up. So I don't know why this is coming out now, but I mean,
it feels like he went to jail already, right?
I believe so.
And so this isn't going to be relitigated. And while it sounds what happened sounds terrible, for sure, I don't like it. I feel like she wants to just tell her story. Is that the deal?
I mean, maybe she's just telling her story now that she's saying she was pushed to recant or intimidated or whatever she's saying it was.
Which I know people who are victims, this happens a lot, by the way.
Right.
That kind of feeling that pressure behind the scenes of you know, you can't tell it, this didn't happen, feeling like you're being coerced into changing what actually happened when you're the victim. It happens by the way, happens in corporate America too, where people are like, are you sure you want to go through with this? Are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you want to do that?
But this already happened, and she's saying that, well, all these years after the fact, because obviously Nicki and his relationships after the fact, that they then came to her and tried to push her to recant. So that is new. You know what I'm saying? That's not going back to the trial.
Right, you're right.
That's new. And she's saying, like, damn, if this is true.
Yeah, if it's true.
She's saying I spoke to her and this is what happened. So it is new if it's what happened. So,
and I guess it's hard too, right? Because when you hear stories like that, and obviously if a victim has every right to protect herself, but it's like, how do we know that this story is true? You know what I mean?
I mean, all these things are hard to know, but you're not going to get away from his past being convicted.
Right.
And serving time.
Well, that's the piece that I'm confused about, is why would they be reaching out to her after the fact? That's the piece that I was confused about.
The only thing that I can think of maybe just as a cleanup, you know what I mean? Because
cleaning
for her,
what up? He already went to jail.
Yeah, but if you were, now he's part of he's with a famous person, and they don't want to have that stink attached to them. Well, if they could get someone to recant it, even though he served time, if the story's been eventually recanted,
right,
it can clean it up a bit.
Okay.
But again, we're obviously all speculating here on what's been said.
Right.
I mean,
in other news, listen, I know you guys, I keep telling you, I know you guys don't really care about the royals, but this is getting messy, okay? Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, remember they're doing that.
I care about those royals.
Listen, they're doing the interview with Oprah, okay? That's airing. 90-minute interview. It's airing on CBS Sunday, March 7th at 8 p.m., okay? So we've seen the clips where they're like, look, we're just going to just tell it all. It's a big tell-all. Now, you know, the palace is like putting out all these stories saying that Meghan Markle was like bullying the staff, that she was horrible to the people. Like, they're just trying to put out a bunch of stuff to make her look crazy.
Yo, fam, check this out. Y'all ain't put this much energy into investigating Prince Andrew, and he was on the flights with Epstein.
Exactly.
So why don't y'all relax?
Well, Yeah, big difference. Yeah, they don't. That's their people.
Fam, listen, I'm watching this interview.
I'm not. It's up against the All-Star game, which is
I'm
crazy.
very curious. I'm watching the interview.
Oh, it's up against the All-Star game?
Yeah, Sunday is the All-Star game, dunk contest, and three-point shootout all in
Guess
one.
what I never tune all the way into? The All-Star game. I only watch the end.
But what about when it has the dunk contest and three-point shootout at halftime?
It's at halftime? Then I'll be there at halftime.
It's all one
But
event.
guess what? The Oprah thing is on demand, isn't it? It's not live, is it?
I think no, I don't know.
Is it like on Apple TV Plus? It's like one of her little Oprah interviews.
Well, you said
I mean-
Sunday at 8. If it's Sunday at 8, doesn't that imply it's a live drop?
But I'm sure we'll be able to. You'll be able to catch it
Yeah, you'll be able
afterwards,
to catch
guys.
it.
It's no big deal.
I mean, I'm not going to watch it no matter when it airs. If Oprah brought Harry and Markle to my living room and did the interview here, I would go in my room and do a Twitch mix and say, "Can y'all keep it down? I'm playing classic hip hop in here."
Shut up.
I could care less, but it is going to be a big thing. Yo, by the way, Ebro, how do you feel about the NBA All-Star? They decided to do the NBA All-Star game, despite LeBron James and others who are like, "Yo, we don't need to do an All-Star game this year. This is stupid. With COVID, why are we bringing everyone together in Atlanta? This doesn't make sense." The NBA is doing it, and then they're like, "But we're giving $3 million to HBCUs."
Yeah, I saw that.
And it's tied into every commercial. Every commercial, it's like, with the proceeds going to HBCUs.
Well,
As we pointed out on the K Show, if the NBA owners held out a little cup and passed it around the room, they could get $3 million for HBCUs in 8 seconds.
I didn't know the amount. The amount sounds low. I just love that HBCUs are getting their acknowledgement. I do love that. So there's never going to be a piece of me that doesn't want to see that happen.
But that's exactly why they're doing it, to make people like you go, "Well, that's great."
But it doesn't mean that it doesn't make me like the All-Star game more, or it doesn't make me look past what you just talked about with COVID, because they could have gave $3 million to HBCUs without having an All-Star game. They didn't need an All-Star game for that. So that's two different things. I don't know if that's why, though. You think that you're suggesting that they threw in the HBCU charity so that nobody would look negative at it. That's what you're saying.
That is what I'm saying. They're saying we have a workforce that's predominantly black. Here's what we'll do since we're making everyone do this stupid All-Star game. Because why are they doing the stupid All-Star game? For money. The All-Star game is for TNT and for there to be money. And by the way, I'm a fan. I'll enjoy it. Cool. But it doesn't seem that it makes sense this year to bring the best players from every team to the same place. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could, in theory, destroy the whole second half of the season if somehow you had a COVID outbreak at All-Star.
Well, I mean, if you was real, you just wouldn't tune in. You would boycott. Keep it real. On behalf of the health of the players, Rosenberg, go for it.
You know
Hashtag
what?
Rosenberg's not watching the All-Star game. He's finally standing for something. Let's
Wait,
go.
is he's finally standing for something part of the hashtag?
Yeah. You
That's
know
a
my
long.
hashtags are long. My hashtags are long.